Dubs, why? Let me see it, baby. Ooh, 5-0. This video, I'm going to be discussing my run at the Fort Wayne Pokemon Regional that happened this last weekend. If you look good, you feel good, and that's why I have this lint roller here. Because I have a little dog that gets his hair everywhere, so I'm about to use this lint roller. Famous TGS hoodie. Thank you to PokeStats Live for providing these awesome graphics, so now I don't have to make mine anymore. And I'm also here with Mo. We're going to be going over our matchups from the regional. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet because we have two of these to go over. I'm not going to go as in-depth as my last video with the Knoxville regional. But just to go over everything, we did play Lugia with a spicy Ditto tech. Here is a look at the list. Okay, we're here finally in Fort Wayne. So we got a giant Airbnb for a bunch of people. As you can see, it's kind of like in the middle of the city. This little crazy little hallway that like goes to the other side. So check this out. So there's like a bunch of doors and we go through here. Ooh, fit check. I got the Gap and I got jeans and I got my slippers on. So let me get a fit check, bro.
Oh, okay. We got the Adidas. We got the Russian Adidas sweatpants on.
Okay.
You know, we got the 2014 Hollister shirt. You know.
I had the 3-3 Lugia, the 1-1 Ditto line, which was absolutely phenomenal throughout the weekend. The Luminion Stoutland for Archeops, and then the normal Pokemon package for the support Pokemon, and then Radiant Charizard, Yveltal, and no Raikou because we wanted to be able to fit that Ditto package in there along with the second choice belt because we thought that there would be an upswing of Dura at this event, and there did end up being that. I played against 4 Dura throughout the entire event.
And I played against, I think, like 3 of them too.
So 7 Duras over the course of 30 rounds is pretty reasonable, and it's a good thing we played that amount of cards. And then 3 Research, 2 Marnie, 2 Boss, an Irida, a Professor Burnout, which is the best card in the deck, a Serena, 4 Ball, 4 Evo, Vacuum, 2 Belt, and then a pretty normal energy lineup for this event. So this was the same event, we same 60'd and ended up doing pretty well. We both finished 10-4-1. Played against a, I would say, relatively new Lugia player, relatively new to the game. So I was, trying to help them out as we, played our set, and I ended up winning that 2-0. Round 2, I played against a Gudra player, maybe also a newer player as well. This Gudra player let me go first after winning the die roll, and then after I won game 1, they let me go first again. And then round 3, I played against Lugia, really nice guy. That was John Gilliman. I played him also in, I want to say, Knoxville, and he was really fun to play against. Round 4, I played against Dura. This is the only Dura I lost to the whole weekend. I prized Ditto game 1, and I whiffed Lugia turn 1, and then game 2, I think I just kind of opened bad, and then I beat 2 Duras in a row. I beat the mirror. That was a pretty tough mirror. I think our deck kind of suffers versus the mirror a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little like inconsistent against the mirror because like so they're gonna bench Manaphy, which is like a thing that happened versus like every mirror lost box and like other matchups. They always benched Manaphy versus me, but like in my mind I'm like, what are you benching it for? I have literally no way unless I'm using Ditto to copy your Raikou, which evidently won me a game in the mirror, but it's a weak side that like you don't have an option to Raikou just because you don't play it.
And so yeah, I feel like our deck definitely suffered throughout my matches against the mirror, where, as you can see later in the tournament, I definitely struggled against it. So then round 7, I played against Joshua Frink, which is a relatively local player to us. This is probably my worst loss of the whole tournament. I got 2-0'd in like 10 minutes. We didn't play any switching cards, so I got
I also lost him too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that I had to play against Joshua because Mo had played him previously and probably stood a better chance against him because he was unfamiliar with the list overall. But I think once he saw, Mo and I were kind of on a similar list, he could probably assume that neither of us were playing switching cards. So I got Articuno'd 40 times and lost the game. I almost won game 2 because I kind of established a decent lead, but then I ended up getting Articuno locked later in the game. Round 9, I took the ID. I didn't know what my opponent was playing, but I wanted to just guarantee my tournament life and another limitless entry pick, so I took the tie, whatever. All right, we're on our way to day 1 of the regional. I got my Starby. Shout out to Gage. Playing today?
I'm playing Lugia with Ditto.
Why?
Because it's the best deck.
All right, that's all I needed to hear. What about you?
What's up? Playing Lugia with a Ditto Vmax in there, cause gang shit.
Because we ball, right? The thought process behind it is that you need something to beat Dura.
and Dura is on the upswing right now, so we gotta go.
Round 10, this is probably the luckiest I got the whole tournament. My opponent Marnied me. I went first. My opponent Marnied me into a boss's order and Evo Incense after I got Ultra Ball double Archeops, and they wheezing me. So, won that one 2-0. Round 11, 2-0 Dura. And then round 13 and 14, I played against two of the higher placing Lugias in the tournament. Lost the die roll to both of them. Sean 2-0'd me. And then I went to game 3 with Grant. I had a pretty good chance of winning game 3, but off of a research, I needed to find Archeops plus discard because I only had one in my hand. And I whiffed it, and Grant went boss kill Archeops, and then that was pretty much game over from there. So that was kind of an unfortunate turn of events. That's the only time the entire tournament I only got one Archeops down. Round 14, I played against Mew Dactyl. My opponent, I would say, got pretty unlucky during this game. Game 1, they whiffed the Aerodactyl V-Star after winning the die roll. In the game 2, they prized the V-Star, and I was able to win that one 2-0. Then round 15, I played against Zacian. Actually, a pretty interesting list. Definitely not what I was expecting to play in the final round of a regional, but hey, it definitely got my opponent there. I ended up placing 69th place at the event. Definitely the coolest I could play against all day. But yeah, those are my matchups, and then we're going to be switching over to Mo's. So these were Mo's matchups. So, oh, oops. Where were we? 43rd? There we go. Alright, so I'll let Mo talk about his matchups.
Ooh, we deep in Chicago, boys. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, let me shake out. Hold on. What's up? What's up?
You got a double shake on that.
So, what's up? Ooh.
The 60 that overall it was just busted. Like, it was pretty insane. We were up until 2 a.m. Hey, are we actually gonna play this? I was off Burnett. I've never considered it, and then I was like, okay, Dan, I'll play it, but you play Ditto. I was like, if you play Ditto, I'll same 60 with you. We're gonna play this list. We're cutting Raikou. I don't like this. I don't want to play this card. We're gonna bluff. Like, and it worked out for us. You know, 10-4-1 a piece is really good. We avoided each other the whole event, and we were at the same record a couple times, which is like a little nervous. I did not want to play the 60 card mirror when we both knew we didn't play Raikou, so Dunsparce Manaphy would just not be like worth it. Round 1, I versus Mew. Losing the coin flip on one of a regional really sucks. And then when your opponent flips over Genesect, the only thought going through my head was like, please don't play Aerodactyl. And then he played Battle Pass, got like Genesect Mew, and I was like, okay. And then he went like, play another Battle Pass, and I was like, oh no. And he benched the Aerodactyl. Game 1, he got it up and running, and I lost pretty quick. I scooped, so we had time to play games 2 and 3. Game 2, I just got to play the game, which was pretty good. And Lugia getting to play the game, going first versus Mew. The Mew can't really do much. And so I won that one because after that, I got to play the game. Game 2, I versus Lugia Mirror. It was pretty good. He played Raikou, evolved my Ditto Vmax, and then he read it and then skipped his cards. But I think I went second both rounds. So it's still winnable. Round 4, it was Tanner. I believe he also made day 2. And he was a really nice guy. All my opponents were super nice throughout the weekend, which was nice. Tanner had like pretty bad starts. One of the games he went like Regigigas pass, and I was like, okay, so I can manage to do something since he was going first. So I had 2 turns until I was able to donk him, and he had a really slow setup both games, and I capitalized on that. Plus Path of the Peak did not stick in those games. And then round 5, I hit Joshua. Yeah, like he dusted me. There was a cool thing where he started Greninja, and I got to copy the Moonlight Shuriken for knockout on 2 Sobbles, and those were the only 2. Then he had a Raw Raihan in hand, so he got to power up his Articuno that was on bench and then start to paralyze me, and then set up his board on the back of that, so that really messed me up. And then I hit Cody Bird, really nice opponent, and congrats to Cody. He's the only player to get top 128 that didn't make day 2, so he still got those points. Arcdura,
nice.
Yeah, like he's the one player. I mean, like thankfully, you know,
7 people in day 2, and then one person got 100 top 128 points that didn't make day 2. So yeah,
exactly. Like
Cody. That was pretty great.
He was a super nice guy. He came up to me throughout the event and was like, dude, I can't stop thinking about your list. Like Ditto is so broken. And we had like a pretty funny time where like he was a super nice opponent.
He's round 7. You hit Frank Mintmeyer, which is
my teammate. Yeah,
his teammate, someone that we playtested a lot.
Oh
with
my
for
god!
The event leading up to it, and in
it was so sad.
So,
he's my only tie.
Yeah, it's okay that you took this tie though. It just forced you to, go into like a win-in situation. You lost to Dura, and then Thankfully,
Yeah.
you ended up taking that win in the round 9 game
Versus
'cause,
Gudra, yeah. Like
a couple of us were sweating because we had 3 or 4 people that I knew that were on the win and in. I think everyone converted over except one person.
So versus Frank, like game 3, we both had really bad starts and he offered the ID and I took that. I was turn 3 of time, but I scooped it to my opponent just because I told him, like, I don't want to screw one of us out of day 2. Good luck in day 2, and it ended up paying off. That was good karma because round 15 I versed him, and yeah, he had pretty bad setups and I capitalized on those. I didn't have to discard Yveltal or prize any Ditto pieces, and we got there.
I just realized, yeah, you played the same guy twice.
Yeah, exactly. A super kind guy, like he was really nice, and he's not going for his invite, so I guess it was better that I did well. And yeah, I mean, I denied the ID round 15 just because I was like, I might be able to make 32 and bubble boys. Yeah, round 9 I versed Lasso and Gudra. It was one of the 2 Lasso decks that I versed this weekend, and it went swimmingly. There was a DPL game 1 for my opponent. I started Zard and he started Drapion, so I attacked with it, took 2 prizes. He got the DPL and I just had to take 2 more prizes. So I think I just used like double boss. Round 1 hit Reggie's. Path sucks. Like I got Path out the game and just didn't draw cards. Then game 2 I prized Pumpkaboo plus Vacuum, so I just scooped that. Round 2 of day 2. Yeah, Stoutland's insane. Round 3 I hit RCS Pikachu, Giratina, and it was just, you know, Lugia with Dunsparce in play doesn't have weakness. Plus V-Guard on Lugia means they 3-shot you with Pikachu. Like that matchup is really good if you get set up. So I basically won the game from there. If they hit heads, I might have lost that game and just gone to game 3. Round 15 versus Reggie's, he Path Marnied me. Game 2, I go first, and then on his first turn, he goes Path Marnie, and I don't have an out. And round 14, I hit RCS Pikachu, and then in game 3, to checkmate my opponent, which was pretty funny, I manually retreat to Dunsparce, but double powerful energy, and then I put Choice Belt, and I Marnie him, and I swing with Dunsparce rollout for knockout on a Tapu Koko VMAX. Then I clean up the game with Lugia because it kills Pikachu VMAX. Taking 3 prizes with the Dunsparce was the highlight of my weekend, probably. The last round I hit Arcdura. He didn't get a really fast setup, and I got one. So we take those. So that was my tournament run. Alright, we just laid out the deck list. Me and Mo both finished 10-4-1. My boy Colin over here also finished 10-4-1 with Max Rarity Mew.
I put my deck away, my bad.
No, it's alright. Well, it'll be the video. Good job, Mo. We same 60. We went crazy.
Ditto's insane. We didn't need Raikou at all. Ditto was so good.
I played against like 4 Duras, so I'm glad I played that card. And yeah, not too bad for the last event of this format. Time for UIC testing. I'm gonna send Mo off and make sure he plays something good.